Not something you expect to see from the open. Cousins gives way to Cook. And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the game. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they certainly took a shot to win this game. I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Watson, off play action. And I think the ball's out. And I guess we're back to square one. A rocky start here. A turnover followed by a turnover.
Not exactly what we expected going into the game, but I always wonder about the nerves and people starting, the emotions of the game. Sometimes it takes a little while for that to play out for them.
He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1. First carry for Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Off of play action, it's Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Watson to Njoku there for the Cleveland first. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Browns use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better.
There he goes, right side. 20. Touchdown, Vikings. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll see he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. On the return from his end zone is Grant, and he returns this to the 22. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Watson's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And some room to maneuver. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long. And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net now to start their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
First down, here's Cousins. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. They find some open field here. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Bring it 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Cousins. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
Fourth down, Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel. And the Browns are in great shape here as they take over at the 36-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Here we go on fourth. Watson. This complete to David Bell. And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down as they wind up getting 13 there on fourth down. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. Looking to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early?
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And they finally get him down at the other 46. 123 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Great run there, but it looked like they were going to have him for the stop. He was able to push through. They didn't wrap up defensively.
No, they didn't. All credit to the runner for making it happen, breaking through some contact and going a long way. But the defensive guys, when they watch this on tape, they're not going to be real happy with themselves. They had a great opportunity that they let slip through their hands.
Rolling to his right. Going deep here for Bryant. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And the end result of that play, you're almost not sure what you really want because when he gets outside of the pocket, you actually hold your breath because you think he's going to run for big yardage. But when he chose to pull it down and throw it, and a play was made to knock it away, that's a pretty good end result. Not one you expected when the play began.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. And they get Jack Conklin there, the right tackle. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. second down throw for Cousins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
And the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. John Johnson with the INT. And the Browns are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked them up. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. This caught out left by Bell. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. Chubb on the counter. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. Now Watson. Flushed out right. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They'll try again with Chubb. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset.
Touchdown! David Bell. As the first half is winding down. And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 21-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
But no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
Final play of the half, Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. So good coverage there defensively as it looks like they'll force a punt on this opening drive of the 3rd.
Well, let's coach them up a little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops, turning the ball over back to their offense, and trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. On the counter, Hunt. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a 3rd down attempt.
On 4th down, Watson. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. He's going to go up top for the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. K.J. Osborne, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Vikings have cut it back within a score. Joseph connects on the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Faking the give. Now Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side.
And now Watson throws another interception. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. But really not much secret there. 3rd and long, Charles, that he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the first down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released, you break on it and make a play, as we just saw there.
Cousins throw pulled in by Jefferson. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. T.J. Hawkinson from 10 yards out. And the Vikings take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Joseph connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. A throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Down to about the 45.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Eluding the pressure right. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Vikings will take over here just shy of the 30. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. 3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Cousins now. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
They approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Grant Duncan. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he'll bring this one inside the 30. Again with Chubb. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out. A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on third down. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They'll try the air now with Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's fourth.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on fourth down, a change of possession anyway. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We'll see if they can grab the lead. Either way, what a job their defense did to force the turnover on downs to set up this opportunity. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. On 2nd and 10, Cousins. Going for Jefferson downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson rolling to his left. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
Escaping the pressure right. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Chubb again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And this time he is in. Nick Chubb taking it in from a yard out. And the Browns have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a 1-score game in the 4th. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
So certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up.
Cousins. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. So now on comes the Browns offense as they'll try for 2 more. After the interception, here's Watson. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden we're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, Cousins. And that is incomplete.
This is getting close to a no-win situation now. They've got one final shot. They're on their end of the field, and it's 4th and long. This might require a little extra razzle-dazzle to get it done.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Took it.
boys and girls, I got some true stories to tell. You're back outside, but they still lied. Whoa, yeah.
Take off the foo-foo, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi, take off the money phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the white loss, take off the weird jewelry. I'ma take 10 steps, then I'm taking off top off. Take off the fabricate streams and the microwave memes. It's a real world outside. Take off your idols, take off the runway, take off the Cairo, take off the Sandro Pay, 5-day stay, take a quarter meal, hella final. Take off the fuck flag, take off perception, take off the cop with the iPad. Take off the allure, take off the unsure, take off decisions I lack. Take off the fake deep, take off the fake woke, take off the I'm broke, I care. Take off the gossip, take off the new logic that if I'm rich, I'm real. Take off the Chanel, take off the Doja, take off the Birkin bag. Take all that designer off and what do you have?
You ugly, you out of pocket. 2 ATMs, you stepping to what? You out of pocket. Who you think they talk about us? You out of pocket. Who you think they carry up for us? Get back in pocket. The world in a panic, the women is stranded, the men on the run. The profits abandoned, the law take advantage, the market is crashing, the industry wants to sleep in the box while they making a mockery following us. This ain't Monopoly, watching for luck. This ain't monogamy, y'all get it. Jumping on what the hell is that? I gotta relax when I feel. All my descendants, they come in my sleep and say I am too real. I'm done with the sensitive, taking it personal. Done with the black and the white, the wrong and the right. You hoping for change and miracles. I know the feelings that came with burial cries. You ugly, you out of pocket. 2 ATMs, you stepping to what? You out of pocket. Who you think they talk about us? You out of pocket. Who you think they carry up for us? Serving up a look, dancing in a drop. Hello to the big step, but never lose a count. Venting in the safe house. Venting in the safe. Can I vent out my truth? I got nothing to lose. I got problems and fools. I can swim with my fate. Cameras moving whenever I'm moving. The family suing whatever I make. Murder is stacking. The president acting. The government taxing my funds in the bank. Homies subtracting the fence when I'm breaking. Look at my reaction. My pupils on skates. Holla, holla.
Let's think about this for a second. Tell me what you would do for steady. When you show your show, no credit. When you show your bro for leverage.
What a hypocrite said. What community feel they the only ones relevant? What a hypocrite said. What community feel they the only ones relevant? You out of pocket, yeah, you out of pocket. You entertain the mediocre, need to stop it. You entertaining old friends when they toxic. What your life like? You gossip. What the fuck is council culture, dog? Say what I want about you, I'm like overdog. I treat you like I'm Jigga, watch I own it all. Oh, you worry about a critic, that ain't protocol.
I'm really out for blood this time, look. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend and tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. Heard they was sleeping again, say it no more. This is a rude awakening, kicking the door. Back and I'm better than ever before. Don't get it mistaken, I'm ready for war. I see the option, I'm up in the score. I catch a and jump in the course. Follow the core and the back to the morgue. Take the sheet off and I some more. When I am done at the scene, I won't leave anything. You won't even know who was involved. Don't let me do it cause I overdo it and do it till I cannot do it no more. All of the doubters, I'm proving them wrong. Back with the classic, I know it's been long. Heard it was missing me while I was gone. I smell the victory back up on top and it's where I belong. Like it ain't to me, we making history. Fall through the misery, weather the storm. Can't let them get to me, no weapon form shall prosper. R&B all over my roster. I got options, I keep it right on the dresser. Next to the Oscar, applying pressure. Somebody stop us. Woo! Applying pressure, somebody stop us. Running my closet, go need a doctor, go need a doctor, go need a what? I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend and tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend and tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. So now they on my body. Made it to top, ain't no way that they can stop me now. They gon' say I joined the Illuminati. I got demons all around me. Tell me what they know about me, I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend, tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge.
It's that hate, boy.
Yeah, my day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. Tell them line it up. Like a 4th and 1, we sneaky when we slide them. Y'all on offense with no defense, now y'all time is up. We make the hits, y'all take the hits, and now we fired up. 3, 2, 1, don't need no break. Hut 1, hut 2, give it straight, that's how I like it. And we grind it every night to make it hit, now it's exciting. See, they just getting cake, they ain't never gonna get no ice. And all we want is chips, ring fingers looking ice. My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. See, we came up from the bottom, me and squad got it. Grinded, but we grinded it.